Hello guys, and welcome to the video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to always calculate and how to always get a perfect reverb for your mix. Let's get into the video. Let's get started. So for this demonstration, we're just going to be using this vocal. And then, so the first thing to do is, of course, you're aware of that. You want to send it to your mixer. All right. Just Control L on your keyboard. And of course, we have it there. We've sent it to our mixer right now. A lot of mistake producers make is adding reverb directly to your mix always limits its potential. It's a waste of possibilities. You want to ensure that you route your reverb or any reverb to another mixer track. So for this one, I'm just going to give it reverb. Okay. Of course, you're aware of that. Then you can give it a color of your choice, maybe random color, and that's that. That being said, then you want to make sure that you side chain this one, all right, to this track, and make sure that you reset it to 100%. Okay. Then for this demonstration, we're just going to go with Valhalla. Of course, you can use any reverb of your choice, but I'm just going to use Valhalla. Yeah, I'm going to use this Valhalla. Of course, like I said before, you can use any reverb of your choice. Then I'm just going to loop this area. Now, the first thing is we're going to look at the mix. We're also going to take a look at the milliseconds and the seconds, of course, the decay, the highs and the low cuts. These are the most essential in this reverb. Understanding this simple trick will take your mixes to the next level. All right. So now the first thing is we're just going to calculate the reverb. So here's how you want to go about it. We're going to calculate our BPM, 60,000 divided by the BPM. You know, the BPM of this vocal is 140. Let me move the reverb. Let's take a listen.
You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart.
So now 60,000 divided by the BPM. Okay. So we're just going to say 60,000 divided by 140. That's the BPM. Okay. And we have 4.28. Okay, that's 428. So that's 4.28. So we can just say for the decay, we can set it to 4.28. Okay, so I'm just going to say 4.28. All right, so that's for, yeah. So that being said, now we're going to divide it by 2 again. Divided by 2, you know, we have 2.14. That's 214. You know, you can still say divided by 2 again. So let's divide it by 2 again. So now what I'm trying to calculate here is for my pre-delay. All right. So I want to know my pre-delay. Okay. So for the pre-delay now, I can just go with 53. Okay. So for the pre-delay, I'll just say 53. All right. Let's start again. Remember how to calculate your reverb. You know, I said for you to calculate your decay, okay, it's going to be 60,000 divided by the BPM. Trust me, I don't know how they come across the 60,000. I'm not really good in maths, but I know that's the formula and it works, okay? Just follow my lead and you always have a perfect reverb right there. So we're just going to say 60,000. Remember, 60,000 divided by what is the BPM of your beats, of your vocal. So for the BPM of this, as you can see, it is 140. So I'm going to say divided by what? 140. All right. So we have that. So this is it right there. That's 4.28. Okay. Seconds. So I'm just going to put 4.28 seconds. Yours could be anything you put it there. Now I will still say divided by 2 again. All right. That's 214. I can easily put 214, but it's going to be too long. Okay, that's the pre-delay. So I'm still going to bring it down a little bit. Divided by 2 again, we have 107. I can add 107 based on your preference, but I still want it to come down a little bit. You know, divided by 2 again, you know, and I have that. I can still take it down a little bit. So I'm just going to say that's 53. That's the pre-delay. What pre-delay simply means is before the reverb start to take place, how long do you want it to wait before the reverb ducks in? That is when the lead vocal sings, before the reverb the effect will appear. How long should the reverb wait before you begin to notice it? So we set it to 53 seconds. That is when the lead vocal sings, it waits like 53 seconds before you now begin to hear the effects. It's as simple as that. The decay, I said, 4.28 seconds. That is after the lead vocal stops singing, the reverb will still work like 4.28 seconds. Do you understand? It's as simple as that. Do you get it now? So pretty, that's what I'm saying right there. After I stop singing the last phrase, the last sentence, the last lyric, all right, that's the lead. How long should the reverb still keep working? So after I stop singing, the reverb will work like 4.28 seconds. Do you understand? Before it will not stop. So pretty, that's everything. I hope you get the concept. All right. Then another thing is you want to look at the low cut and the high cut. It is very important. Your low cut and the high cut is just like your EQ, as you can see it. Now, before we even talk to that, before we even get into that, now it is important that you understand what the mix knob does. Okay, so if I play this now,
You were gone from the
let me engage the reverb. Let me disable this. Let me reduce this volume a little bit. Okay, let's take a listen.
You were gone from the start, now you tell me.
Now you can't hear anything because I've not engaged the mix knob. So this mix knob right here is also the same thing as the mix knob right here. This one. All right. Now, instead of you wasting your, they've make it pretty easy that you don't need to come to this icon before you can use your mix knob. So you can easily do everything here right here. So for this case, I'm just going to, increase the value. Let me take it all the way to the 100%. Can you see that? It's as simple as that. But we're still going to come into this. All right. But before we even talk about this, let's go to the EQ, the high cut and the low cut, which is very essential. Whenever you put your reverb, it is important that you add an EQ to take away the low cut and the high cut. That is, to take away the low cut, which is the rumbles that are not relevant in the mix. And the high cut is to take away the highs. All right. So you only want to focus your reverb in the mid, all right, in the mid range, because that is where the energy of your vocal lies. All right. So what I'm going to do now is to roll off the low. So by the time I begin to engage now, let me take it all the way to 100% so that we can exaggerate this and you can see how this works in real time. Let's take a listen now.
I gave you my trust, but you treated
Can you see that? But if I take it all the way down,
me like I couldn't see.
do you see the difference? It roll off the low in the reverb. Okay, you're going to see it more. Let me reduce the mix knob a little bit, maybe somewhere like that. It's pretty awesome like this. Now let's take this all the way to the end. That is, I've taken all the lows to the end.
I thought you were the one, but I know
You can see it on like taking it back. Now I'm leaving the low.
that I'll never be the girl.
You see it's more pronounced. So what I normally do is to roll off the low a little bit. All right, somewhere like that or so. Nothing much, nothing crazy. Something like that is pretty cool for me. I just roll off the low. And of course, the high is pretty cool. Of course, I think I'm satisfied with the highs. All right. Of course, apply this concept to this, So I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, pretty, this is all you need to know about this particular reverb. Every other knob here, I don't normally use to touch it. I just leave it because, this just sound pretty cool. All right. Now, so let's begin to tweak this knob, which is the mix knob, which is very important. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to reduce it a little bit. All right. And let's take a listen.
Girl that you need. You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart. I gave you my trust, but you
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool like that. All right. So now remember, we still have a lot of effect here. All right, that you can pick your choice. You can experiment any of these and just click it. It's a template that you can just use to add more depth and color to your reverb. You can apply and take a listen in real time while walking. So that's pretty much everything. All right. So at the same time, remember to just, decrease the volume fader here a little bit. Like I said before, you can still control the amount of the mix you want in the mix. All right. You can control it right there. Of course, you can still go further to decrease it a little bit so that you can have a clean reverb, a clean mix at all time. It is very important. It is very essential. All right, let's take a listen now.
You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart.
Before.
You were gone from the start, now
after.
You were gone from the start.
Of course, now you can see that it's pretty better. Let me increase the volume of the vocal.
You were gone from the start.
You see that we're having a clean mix right there. Of course, you can still go ahead and decrease it. Now, you can see the importance of, adding your reverb to another mixer track so that you can control it manually and also add other effects to it. Now, here's what I'm going to do, another trick. Now, you can, at the same time, add this fruity limiter, this plugin, to even add more control to your reverb. So we're going to go to the compression tab and session. I'm going to pick the lead vocal. All right. And what I'm going to do right here, pretty here, is to increase the ratio a little bit and the threshold. All right. So let's take a listen.
You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart. I gave you.
Now, if you look at this waveform, you can see the reverb, the vocal up, all right, how it talks the reverb a little bit. So whenever the lead vocal sings, it will duck the reverb a little bit. It will duck it down. You can even still increase it a little bit, and then so that you can see it in real time.
You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart.
As you can see the waveform, all right? So whenever it sings, it ducks it a little bit so that, the vocal can sit on it, on top of the reverb. All right? So this is another pretty concept, another pretty trick that you always need to be having or adding to your mixes, all right? So let me just exaggerate this and increase the ratio. Let's see. And increase,
Gave you my trust, but you treated me like I couldn't see.
Now that I increase the threshold and I increase the ratio to the highest value possible, you realize that we can't even hear the reverb again whenever the vocal sings. But whenever she stops singing, the reverb will come up. Let's take a listen.
You were gone from the start, now you tear me apart.
You see now? So whenever she stops singing, the reverb comes in. Do you understand now? So that's the concept. But you don't want it to be too much so that, we're just going to reduce it a little bit, all right? So that it works just on the top of the vocal. While you're still feeling the reverb underground, the vocal, is able to punch through. Is able to, so that you can hear it loud and clear, all right?
You were gone from the start, now you tear me.
Of course, you can see the waveform. Let me know in the comment section if you find this video helpful, all right? And let me know if you understand this simple trick. Just comment reverb in the comment section so that will tell me that you understand reverb. That will shows that you understand what I just did right now. All right, so that's pretty everything. Then another one is called Fruity Convolver. So let's just comment. You can also add this plugin to your reverb. It's a very cool one. So, but what I love to do now is, let's take a listen.
You were gone from the start, now
you see, Before.
You were gone from the start.
After.
You were gone from the start.
This thing right here, we add more color to your reverb. All right, there's a lot you can add to your reverb to make it more robust, to make it more, to make it sounds more interesting. All right, there are a lot of plugin you can add to your reverb to make it sounds pretty professional and dope. All right, and all these things are stock plugin that I'm adding right now. All right, remember the same concept apply to all reverb. Then another way you can even do this is you can even still, you see now I've moved it, you can even sidechain this one. Let me just carry this one now. Let me put it here. Sorry, one is here already. Let me delete it. You can even still sidechain this guy. Let me delete this one that is here. You see, you can, sidechain this reverb here. You see that? And so that you can even still control the amount of this that we have here. Let's take a listen.
You were gone from the start.
Before.
You were gone from the start.
After.
You were gone from the start.
You see that? And you can decrease the volume if it is too much.
You were gone from the...
So that's how you can pretty add more character to your reverb. All right. Then another thing you want to do is, like I said before, if it is too much, you can still go ahead and add, an EQ. All right. Pro Q3. All right. And then you want to roll off the low. Okay. And the highs. All right. So you want to do that to your reverb as well. If you think it's still too much. All right.
You were gone from the start. Now you tear me apart.
All right. You see, a lot of producers make this mistake often. They don't add an EQ. They don't roll off their lows. It is important that you do this guy right here. You roll off the low and the highs so that you can focus your reverb on the mid range. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's pretty everything. Remember what I just did right now, this Pro Q3, you can still do the same thing here. Okay. And you can even do this one at the same time, still do this one. If you feel like you are not satisfied with the result that you got from this one, or you think the reverb is still more pronounced and you want your mixes clean as possible, then of course you can go ahead and do this. Now, do you see the value? Do you see the value of adding your reverb to another mixer track? Do you see that? Because if all this thing now is on the vocal, it's going to be hard for me to add more control, to the reverb. Look at the plugin I had only on the reverb. If I put this one here now, if everything that I have here is on the vocal, it's going to affect the entire vocal. But this one right now, the vocal is only side chaining to this reverb where, it gives me more control over the reverb. All right. So, and that's it for today. So guys, that's it for today. And I hope that you find value in this video. Consider subscribing. And of course, I'll give the video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed today's video. Subscribe to the channel. Until the next one, stay creative. Peace out.